What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? Good morning. It is Wednesday. Oh my gosh. It's Wednesday, October 19th, 2022. It's Maisha Edmond, licensed cosmetologist in the state of New York. I am also a certified trichologist, creator, and founder of Trichology 911, Trichology 911 University, case studies, and all that jazz, right? So, super excited today because it's a little nippy. It's a little brisk outside. What's going on, Alopecia Solutions? It is a little nippy. It's a little brisk outside. And it prompted me to talk about winterization of your clientele, right? Hey, Erica. Winterization of your clientele. I don't know what your weather looks like. I don't know how it feels where you at. But I know in Long Island, huh? I know in New York, it's a little stink. It's a little stink sometimes, right? So is it cold? All right, then listen. So you really want to start to talk about winterization of your clientele. I was trying to think about, I was like, I really need to go live. I want to go live. What do I want to talk about? And one of the things that I like to do is kind of talk about all the time, talk about what's relevant. But if you are finding that, because there's a rule, right? People always have a reason. Oh, it's Canada. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know you are like shivering. I know there's always a reason as to why there's no clientele. It's too hot. School is in, school is out. It's the summer, it's the winter, right? But you are needed, right? You are a hair loss professional, a hair restoration professional, if you will. And so because of that, you need to think about the winterization of your clientele, especially if you are experiencing any type of a drop in temperature, just that weather change, right? Because this is where you're going to see a lot of your clients, feeling, that thing. So the basis of it is that all dandruff is not created equal, which means what? It's not created equally because there are different reasons for dandruff, flakes, scalp flare-ups, inflammation, all that other stuff, right? It may look like dandruff, but it could be product buildup. It may look like dandruff, and then it could be actual like eczema, atopic dermatitis. It could be seborrheic dermatitis. It could be seborrhea, all those different things, right? So because of that, you want to begin to winterize your clientele and also grab some new ones. So let's kind of talk about winterization of your clientele and then wrap it up with how to grab new clients, right? So when I look at winterization of my clientele, I'm always looking at, I already have people that are coming in for hair restoration and for scalp issues, right? So, I make sure to take inventory of that. Do they have seborrheic dermatitis, psoriasis? Do they have any like inflammatory scalp issues? Are they known to have dry scalp? Different things like that, right? After I get all of that, if they're in a treatment plan currently, and I know that maybe that's not something I'm treating. For example, you're treating a client or you're seeing a client who maybe is coming for traction, right? They're coming for traction alopecia, and you're like, all right, so let me, make sure I'm doing this. But that weather shift is coming. It's cold outside. You have that cold, hard air outside, and you have that dry heat inside. It's like a constant in and out in the car, out in the weather, and all that other stuff. So now you want to start to implement different treatments in your treatment plan. So it may not have been something that they came for, right? Initially, a client might come in and they have traction alopecia, or, there's areata, or, something like that, androgenetic alopecia. But because that they may be susceptible to flaking or some kind of scalp issue that is exacerbated by cold weather, thank you, then what you want to do is you want to start to infuse winterization into the client's treatment plan. So you want to winterize the treatment plan, which means that now you're going to start looking at, if you haven't been looking at what they're eating, getting the dairy, the cheese and chocolate, different things like that that would increase it. But then also combating what that weather is doing. So do you have a steamer? Do you have aquatic mister? Do you have some type of moisture system. Also encouraging your clients to still drink water, right? Because people like, it's cold outside. There's water in my tea. There's water in my coffee. There is water in my hot chocolate. So they're not even trying to think about drinking water. So you want to make sure that you're stocked up in your office or in your clinic with water, right? Want to make sure that those clients are getting everything that they need. Also, you want to make sure that you are, like I said, infusing those treatment plans. So what does that look like? What are you offering these clients? Are you descaling? Is it something that can be descaled, right? Because there's something like if psoriasis, like don't pick at the people's scalp. Why are you digging in this woman's scalp? You causing bleeding. Now there's infection. Now there's folliculitis. Now she's scarring. Like what's going on, right? So you want to make sure that you know exactly what you are looking at, right? Because you want to know how to properly combat those issues and that change in weather. You might start to see dry, brittle hair, lots of breaking. Also with winterization, I need you to think about what you're carrying in your clinic or your salon, right? So when I look at what I'm carrying in my clinic or salon, do I have satin pillowcases that I could retail? As a trichologist, right? As a hairstylist, right? Do I have my own satin bonnets? Is there a type of hair mask? Is there retail products? Are there retail products that I can offer that complement what I'm already offering in the clinic, right? So all of these things are going to make a difference, right? So you're winterizing, you're looking at what to add. Are there more treatments that you can add as opposed to just regular like drying treatments? You want to look at more moisturization. Those things are good. Now you're looking at, okay, I gave him the products, I've infused treatments. We kind of like shifted our treatment plan, but what about those people that are coming? Yesterday I conducted a free 15-minute consultation, and this lovely person did not have hair loss, right? It was free, it was over the phone, but she just explained she eats well, she trains, she drinks water, she could drink more, whatever. But she's noticing, dryness, breakage, different things like that. So what can I do? Not everybody is going. Excuse me. What I want to say, because I need to look at you in your eyes. Everybody is not going to come to you because they have hair loss. Some people want preventative services. Does that make sense? They want preventative services. I think a lot of people are turned off when you say, "Oh, like I'm a hair loss clinic," because it's like, "Oh, I don't have hair loss." They're not always thinking, "Okay, well, I don't want to be stigmatized. I don't want anybody," girl, you funny. "I don't want to be stigmatized. I don't want people to think I have hair loss." So what are you going to do? You are going to make sure that you're leaning into preventative services. So doing analysis, letting people know that, hey, if you know that if you have more dandruff than usual, you need to come to me. I help people with ABC. It's not always hair loss. If you stick to hair loss, hair restoration, your hair is falling out, you got scalp issues and all that other stuff, you are going to have to shift where you are going, right? You have to think about that. So what does that look like? Start posting about winter like winter facts, like, hey, if you have psoriasis, hey, if you have seborrheic dermatitis, if you have seborrheic dermatitis, I said that, if you have eczema, yeah, if you have eczema, atopic dermatitis, then this is the treatment for you. Start to offer like 4-packs, like come in for, it's not really like a full treatment plan, but a healthy hair care or maintenance plan where they come in for 4 weeks straight and they get everything they need to be winterized. So I have something called the HEADS system. HEADS, HEDS, HEDS, right? And my HEADS system is hydrate, exfoliate, detox, and stimulate, right? So I'll do something like that. Like I'll offer the head system in the winter or coming into that change of season because I want the clients to be able to be winterized and get everything done. So I'll make sure that I hydrate the hair and make sure I'm hydrating the scalp. What does that look like? Well, they may be underneath the aquatic mister. There may be a custom mask that I would use that would help them to really get that moisture that they need. Also, just encouraging them to drink more water, to lay off of like sodas and all that other stuff, right? Next is exfoliate. So if there's an exfoliation, maybe I'll descale. I want to make sure that I'm exfoliating, whether that is with a actual tool or with maybe like, hey, Carmelita, maybe it's like a little brush, and I'm making sure that I'm exfoliating the scalp. I'm making sure that I'm getting that dead skin. I'm making sure that I'm getting all of that build up off of the scalp. The next week I'm detoxing, right? So what does detox look like for me in the head system? I'm looking at something that is going to draw the impurities out of the scalp. If that is a bentonite clay mask, if that is something something for the hair that is going to take the impurities out of the hair, I'm making sure I do that. And then also finally I'm going to stimulate. So when I'm stimulating, I'm looking at, what does stimulate mean? Does that mean increasing blood flow? Yes, it could. So I could use the low laser light therapy. I can also do like scalp massage. I also can do brush massage. I spoke about this last week, but I need y'all to get in on brush massage. Like what's going on? How many of y'all, or you all, okay? How many people are doing brush therapy? Brush therapy on the scalp. If you're doing brush therapy, say me. If you're not, be like, what? Be like, what? What's that? What's brush therapy? Now I need to see and put my glasses back on. What is brush therapy? If you know what brush therapy is and it is part of a protocol that you use in your clinic, I need you to say me. Or if you don't, just be like, nah, I don't know. So I can tell y'all. Somebody need to know. Oh, also a bit of housekeeping while I'm waiting for that answer. I'm live on Instagram on Trichology 911 page, and I'm also live on Facebook and YouTube. So welcome everybody. So brush therapy is literally like using a paddle brush, right? And what you're doing, like I like to use two, huh? And what you're doing is you're brushing that hair, which you're really getting into the scalp. You're brushing. I wish I had my. You're brushing that scalp, and you'll brush, and you know what you're doing all over the scalp, brushing, right? All the way through. It's very relaxing, but what it does is it stimulates the scalp. It'll get the blood going to the scalp, right? Starts that circulation up, which is really good, especially when you look at applying certain products, right? Because sometimes the scalp is closed, right? It's not really accepting, especially if you don't have like a lot of machines. You want to do brush therapy, so you brush for like 3 minutes, and you might do 2 brushes, up, back, around. You want to do that consistently. You'll actually feel the warmth of the blood coming to the scalp, right? So that's going to feed the hair, feed the follicles, therefore feeding the hair, get that blood flow going on the scalp. And then you want to put on whatever treatment you have onto the scalp, because now it's open, right? Absolutely. I love that. So she uses 2 scalp massagers. Absolutely. But if you don't have that, right? And you just starting, and then you're like, I don't know which massager to get. I don't know what to do, you know? Then you do that brush therapy, feels super, super good. And you do that, you get your treatment on there, and you let that sit, and then you can go ahead and rinse and do all that other stuff and going about your business. So that could be a stimulation thing. Also, going back to what Alopecia Solutions is saying, also you can use a scalp massager, but you want to stimulate the scalp. So that's my head system. And you can use it any way you want to. You can shed, huh? You can heads, you can EHDS, huh? You can ESD, right? So you can switch it up however you need to. But what you want to do is make sure that you are offering more than just hair loss. When people see Oh, well, they're trichologists. They do hair loss. They're kind of discouraged um, from using your services. And you're way more than just, oh, if you don't have any hair, if you have bald spots, if you're missing your edges, then I'm your girl, right? You want to be able to be all things to all men, right? So you want to be able to help because I feel like a lot of trichologists now are so wrapped up in I can grow your hair, I can grow your hair back. You don't have to be bald, you don't have to be balding, you don't have to be shedding. That we completely miss a whole demographic of people who are like, I have my hair, I love my hair, I want to keep it healthy. How can you help me? And this is something that I have really been paying attention to over the past 3 years. But yesterday just kind of solidified it when I did the free consultation and I was speaking to the woman and I'm like, listen, like you literally have, you have no hair loss. You see a little shedding. She's 52 years old. So of course she's noticed that her hair is considerably thinner than it was, but it's kind of like, menopause just started and all that other stuff. But what else are you doing? Thank you, girl. What else are you doing? So if you really lean into that preventative measure, then if they ever go into a hair loss phase, you're already connected. You're already doing the work. You're already helping, which is really, really important. What things do you have right now? I know you saving the strands, and you're growing the hair back. But what about those clients that are like, I've always had nice hair. I've noticed a little shedding, or there's nothing, but I want to keep this up. I want to keep my hair on my head. Is there something that I can do? One thing I offered the client was an analysis. Listen, come in, get your Zyto scan, and also let me do a BCA on you. Let me check your blood work and make sure that you're good, because she's saying, okay, well, I'm going in for my annual next month and I'm going to get blood work. Okay, I'm like, cool. So let's set it up so let's correspond after you get your blood work. Then you come to me. I can send that off, because did you know that blood work and that blood chemistry analysis for your doctor is much different than what we're looking for as a trichologist? Did you know that? I'm sure you knew that. But somebody on here didn't know that. Somebody that's going to see this later didn't know that just because you're healthy in your hair, just because you're healthy in your body with vitamin D does not mean that you're healthy for your hair and vitamin D. Yeah, let me see. Just because you're healthy with vitamin E or folate in your body doesn't mean that you are that same healthy for your hair. Let me see if I can find something for you. I just want to give you an example of some numbers. Where is it? Oh, I think I moved it. Let me see. I want to give you an example of some numbers, because, you always get a client that says, well, I'm healthy. My doctor said this and my doctor said that. And I'm like, child, yes, listen to your doctor, because I ain't your doctor. Huh? I'm not her. I am not her. Hold on. Let me see if I can find. Where is it? Oh, I wanted to get you exact numbers. Okay. Oh, I thought I had it, but I don't have it. But I'll do it another day. But I have like specific numbers for you. But yeah, just because you're healthy in your body per se. Also, did you know that, like, by the time you see something detected in blood work, it's like too late? It's not preventative. It's not preventative. By the time you see it, it's already happening, right? So you want to make sure that you're doing what you need to do as far as taking care of your clients on a preventative level. On a preventative level, I'm gonna look one more time because I really hate to not have it. Uh, Jeez, lab work. I really hate to not have it. Oh my gosh, this sucks. Anyway, just know that there are certain ranges attached to what you have going on when it comes to hair growth, hair loss, maintenance. There are also things that we can offer or recommend as trichologists that would help our clients. And so that's a really big thing too. So you may not be able to recommend that a client take like a full like medical dosage of vitamin D or vitamin E or folic acid, different things like that. But there is a level to what you can recommend. And those things might be just what they need to get them over the edge. So if also in preventative care as a trichologist, wow, that's really good. I just need to pause on that. That's really, really good. When you think about being a trichologist, has anybody ever thought about being a preventative care trichologist? I just made that up. I just made that up. Just cash at me. $ Maisha admin. You welcome. $ Maisha admin. You ain't got to do that. But I'm saying, have you ever thought about being, because everybody is like, I'm a trichologist. And I always say, well, what kind of trichologist do you want to be? Well, what is your area of expertise? What is your demographic? What problem are you trying to solve? But has anybody ever thought about marketing themselves as a preventative care trichologist? Oh my God, that sounds delicious. I don't know. I might have to use a little bit of that. But I mean, really, right? She said, I really did. Like, because I know somebody, and I'm gonna get back to what I was saying, right? But I be talking. Like, I know somebody was like, I really love trichology and I really love, what it stands for and what I do. But she said it's so depressing when people come into her space, because she's like a real upbeat and fun person. And she's like, it's really depressing for people to come in and be like, I just don't know what I'm gonna do. And I got 2 strands left and I'm just so sad. And it just hurts, and she's just like toe up and they toe up and everybody crying and hugging and ain't no tissue left. And I'm like, trying to make it, a little light, right? But what if you marketed yourself as a preventative care trichologist? So listen, before you get to this, you need to see me. Let me help you with this. Have you noticed ... Well, you could be on your way to ... If that is you, then I need to see you in the clinic so that you don't become this. Preventative care trichology is so dope that you should cash at me. No, live in that space. Isn't that cool? Isn't that amazing? Like that sounds so. I want to pay you. I want to pay you. You're my preventative. I go to a preventative care trichologist. I have a preventative care trichology program. Do you know how that eats? Because think about how now that allows you to live in the space of, if you didn't see male clients. Why? Because they might not come to you. I mean, listen, I got male clients, right? They'll come to you like, oh, I'm tired of this. Some, go, like, forget it. I'm gonna shave all my hair off. But what if you offer this preventative care system, right? Where you start to implement things before, it go, south. And then they're already in the regimen of eating right. They're already in the regimen of, getting LLLT. They're already in the regimen of every quarter getting a Zyto scan or body analysis. They're already in the, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to wait till it's like the worst thing you've ever seen. And you're like, oh my gosh, how am I help them? So I thought that was dope. Preventative care, trichology is a thing. I think it's super dope. Oh, let me tell y'all. So I created this little thing. It's not going to be like a honey, because they don't know. They don't know. So it's going to be kind of like funny because I'm like kind of silly, but it's going to be very educational. It's called The Funny Thing Is Trichology. Trichology 911 presents The Funny Thing Is, and it's going to be like a comedic and very informative discussion with different trichologists and hairstylists and pros about hair loss, hair growth, their experiences. And I'm kicking it off like I done bought the domain, created a little, I'm still working on a little website, but it's a little one pager. And I want to just start to just collaborate and just kind of talk with other hair loss professionals and just kind of talk about like the funny things about like whether it be haha or ironic about what we did and did not know about hair loss, how to grow hair back, how not to grow hair back and all that stuff. So I want to let y'all know that that's on the horizon, right? Like by next week, right? So anyway, yeah. So you want to be preventative. You want to be that person that starts to let clients know that, hey, you could come to me. So now what does that look like for you as a professional to revamp what you got going on? I need you to go back to your Instagram page, your Facebook page, your LinkedIn, your Pinterest, and all that other stuff. And if it's all thunder and rain and doom and gloom, I need you to revamp that. There's some really good things on your page. There's some really good things that you have as far as videos, things that you share. But if it's doom and gloom, you don't got no hair, look at that bald spot, the rest of your life, you're going to be in treatment. I need you to turn around, right? You can take those same posts, take that information and make it more preventative. You don't want to be like this. This is a result of ... This is how you treat it, or this is what you can do at home. And if you don't have the patience to do that, I will be able to help you. Or this is what this is. This is what this looks like. If you feel that you're going this way, or you have somebody in your family that's going this way and you don't want to be the next person, then contact me for a DIY kit. Feel me? Feel me? I feel like I'm helping. I feel very helpful today. Am I helping? Y'all better tell me I'm helping. Sure. And that goes back to last week when I was talking about the levels. When I was talking about levels in trichology, like know what you offer, know where you are, and work from that level. Work from that level so you don't feel like you're talking over your own head, and you're able to draw in the clients that are going to need your services. They're going to need your services. But if you out here talking about the mitochondria, you know what I'm saying? Because why? Why they needed to know that? Save that when me and you talk. And I'm like, girl, yes, because that's the powerhouse of the cell. And we can get into that and just be all, goosebumps and giggling and cheesing and all that. But when you're talking to clients, you need to know what level you're on. Because if you know the level that you're on, then you're also able to draw in those clients that will understand on that level. And you can speak to that level and every level below that. So you're always going to have clients that try to be clueless. Like, huh? And they're like, child, they said I got mitochondria. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, bring it down. And it's really like, and what I like to do is, I like to say simplify, right? I like to simplify. I know what I know, but I break it down so a child will know. And so when I do that, then they feel comfortable, And I feel like it's absolutely TMI. It's absolutely TMI. It's confusing. It feels like the end of the world. I remember I had a client come to me, and she is still my client. And she is not, believe it or not, she is not a hair loss client per se in the mind frame of I'm giving her treatments to help her grow her hair back. She is my hair loss client because she is a cranial prosthetic client. So she comes to me, and guess what? Catch this gem. She comes to me, and when I do her cranial prosthetic, I still take care of her scalp. even though it's going to be covered, even though she never wants to show it. I make sure that she literally gets spa treatment on her scalp when she comes in. So that's exfoliation, that's massage, that's a mask, that's a nice hot towel, all of that where she's completely relaxed. Even and I mean, listen, hair is growing under there, but she don't want none of that because she's like, listen, it's not gonna be as thick as I want, it's not gonna lay how I want. I don't have time for it. Shave it off. Okay. But I'm able to really pamper her and literally, like, that's what she's paying for, right? I'm pampering her scalp. I'm really taking care of the scalp. I'm making sure everything's intact. I'm making sure the skin is not breaking down. And then I go ahead and I reapply. Anyway, what was I saying, Chad? Cranial prosthetic client. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, she's a cranial prosthetic client. So she's not like a hair loss client, so to speak, right? And I'm really able to, I really forgot what I was saying. Somebody tell me what I was saying. Child, y'all know I'm old. What is going on here? Anyway, so I like to make sure that I'm not too heavy with like hair loss terminology, talking over clients' heads and different things like that. But I really like to connect and let them know that, listen, it doesn't have to go that way. Did you know? Oh, what I think it was dermatologist. Okay, so this client who's a cranial prosthetic client, she came to me and I was talking to her about how she got to me. And I'm like, yo, like, what's going on? Like, what happened? And I said, have you been to, because one of my questions is, have you ever been to a hair loss professional, whether a dermatologist or another trichologist? And, like, what was the outcome? What did they say? And so, like, she literally like went into like this really like sad place. And she was like, yeah, it took so long to get an appointment. I get the appointment, I come in. First of all, I'm waiting for like an hour in the waiting room, because you know how doctors' offices are, child. You go to the doctor, you just bring snacks, baby, because you're gonna be there. I don't care if you on time, before time, you sign in, you let them know who it is, you know what I'm saying? This is my insurance, and you still wait. And it's like, why did you tell me to come this early? But anyway, she said she waited like an hour and change. She gets in the office and the dermatologist looks at her and says to her, oh, yeah, well, I mean, everybody loses hair. Like, I could give you steroid shots. And like, all right, and left. Like, didn't scope her. And I'm not, listen, maybe that's not their policy. Maybe that's not their protocol. That's not how they do it. But it wasn't even like, let me look at your scalp. Let me touch your scalp. Let me ask you questions. It was like clipboard in hand, like, yeah, so that happens. And how old are you? Oh, yeah, that's, and left out of there. She said she left out of that office, sat in her car and cried for an hour. She cried for a whole hour. And she felt so lost. And it was really like eye-opening, just to the validity of what we do, like showing that compassion, and also understanding that if you are a trichologist that has had any time in the beauty industry, if you are still in the beauty space, meaning like the cosmetology space of enhancing appearance, like, you're so needed as well. Because she happened to, it was a Saturday morning, I was done early. And absolutely, they push steroid shots even though the client has current. It's true, because that's money. So, like, if you are, so anyway, she was at the bank and she happened to Google a person, I don't know, salon or a person that helps with alopecia or something like that. And she had in my area, or said near me, and she was at the bank by my office, even though she lived somewhere else. And I came up and she called me and she was like, oh my gosh, do you help people with alopecia? And me, I'm like, listen, I don't take no walk-ins. I don't, but I'm like, I'm early. It's Saturday. It's like 8 o'clock. I'm like, yeah, come on. So she came on down. I was able to speak to her, give her a quick little consultation. And let me tell you something. She said, listen, I don't, I feel like I'm too far gone. Actually, I don't even have the patience to grow my hair back. Can you help me? And that's what you want too. Like, you want people to understand that, like, listen, I'm not pushing products and stuff down your throat because, I always got stories. There was this one lady that called me for a 15-minute consultation. She said she went all the way to Connecticut and she lived in New York too. She said she went to Connecticut and the person must have just came fresh out of daggone whatever program that has products, right? If you know, you know. And she said they wouldn't let her get a word in edgewise because they was like, all you need is this. They were like, you just need this product right here. Take this box of products, and I want to put you on a plan, and then it'll be $3,000, and then you come back, and we're gonna do it for a whole year. And she's like, but I didn't even get to tell you da 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 da. So anyway, that being said, you can't push your knowledge and your products and your all of this down people's throat. Sometimes when they come, they say, listen, I don't feel like growing my hair back. I ain't got the patience. It may change later, but whatever, right? So what are you going to do? You're going to listen to them and see how what you offer is going to benefit them. Be a solution. Are you a solution? If you know that you are a solution and you have more than one solution, you need to exercise all solutions, honey. Right? So that being said, she said, listen, I don't have the time, the energy, the patience to try to grow my hair back. And I know it's not going to come back as thick as I want it to be. So she said, can you help me? And I said, yes. And she has been my cranial prosthetic client for about a year and a half. And even with that, she comes in and, like I said, I give her scalp spa treatment. I make sure I shave that hair down. I massage that scalp. I'm still, cleansing that scalp. Hot towel, 24 karat gold under eye patches and all that, right? Because she's going to get that experience and understand, that your scalp is skin. And, although you're not thinking about it, because, clients don't think about that, like, oh, scalp is skin. And people don't really take care of their scalp like that, even if you don't have any hair. So, I done had another child. Ask me what? Ask me what? Go ahead, ask me what? I'm going to tell y'all anyway, because y'all typing too slow. Even in preventative trichology, right? Preventative trichology care or preventative care trichology, right? Think about exclusive scalp services. Yes. Exclusive scalp services. So even if you have, now I know that we've seen it before, right? Like you see like barbers and they doing a little thing and they shining the scalp and they putting the thing. But as a trichologist though, why you don't bring that into your clinic though? You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't got to buff the scalp. You ain't got to shine the scalp, right? But if you know you have some omega 369 oil, you know what I'm saying? You got some hot towels, you got some essential oils. You can't go ahead and make sure that the scalp, the skin on the head is nice and supple and it feels good and it looks good, even if the client don't have no hair. I'm talking about even men, like men who are like, you know what, I'm gonna be completely, bald. I want to shave my head and all that other stuff, right? But I mean, like as a pampering, but trichological service, because then you could slide in that wellness, you could slide in that detox, and make sure that the overall about them is set, because it's not just hair loss. Can I say that? Can I say that to trichologists? That it's not just hair loss. It's not cookie cutter. And if you're already to the point where you're like, okay, well, my scalp, because people like to be pampered. I don't care if you embraced, the hair loss and you're like, I love my beautiful bald head. Absolutely. I love it too. Child, my Zelle is 631-522-0548. Child. 631-522-0548. Amen. Cash App, Maisha Edmond. What you say? Nah, child. But listen, but having that, having people, because people want to be pampered. They want to be thought about, right? They want to know that they're seen. And as a trichologist who is a holistic care professional, right? You're looking at the full gamut of what makes hair. And also, if you're a trichologist and a cosmetologist, you're also looking at appearance. My Zelle is 631-522-0548. My yeah. 631-522-0548. Don't trick me, because I'm telling you right now. No, but I'm just trying to help y'all. Y'all ain't got to sell me. But listen, it is imperative that you be all things to all men, even in trichology, which means what? You need your scalp taken care of? I got you. You need your hair taken care of? I got you. You don't want me to grow your hair, but you need a cranial prosthetic? I got you. You want to eat right for your blood type? I got you. Do you need to come in every quarter for an analysis? I have you as well. Girl, don't fool me now. But it's serious, right? Y'all so sweet. Listen, let's winterize our clients. Let's grab new clients. And let's do that by being preventative as well. Be a solutionist. And by being a solutionist, you are going to put in that the preventative care portion of it. Feel me? So, like, this is what we do. Expand how you see yourself, how you see your business. So there's this story, like, okay, listen to this, right? Now, I'm not here to preach, right? But I mean, I feel like it's very relevant. There's a story in the Bible about this guy. His name is Zacchaeus, right? He's a tax collector, blah, blah, blah. The dude is very short in stature. He hear that Jesus is coming, right? So he gonna run ahead and climb up a tree and see where the crowd is going so that he can be seen and he can see the crowd because he's little. And if he stay on the ground where the crowd is, he's gonna be overtaken. Feel me? Y'all get what I'm going, right? I need you to be Zacchaeus in this time of trichology. Meaning what, Maisha? Meaning this. If you stay on the ground where everybody is, you're going to get trampled. Why? Because there's too many trichologists and there's too many people that don't know what they're talking about that's talking louder than you. Because I don't see you posting. I don't see you going live. I don't even know you're here. Feel me? So I need you to be Zacchaeus in this time. Okay, I feel like this thing is shifting a little bit and I'm trying to be regular, but I just want to help you. Zacchaeus was small in stature, right? So he had to run to the tree. He climbed up the tree. Why? So he could see Jesus and he could see the crowd, but also so that Jesus could see him. Because ultimately, when Jesus got to the tree, Jesus invited him down and said, today I'm going to eat with you at your house. Everybody was hating because they was like, oh, he a tax collector. He's stealing money, whatever, right? So end of the story, basically, he was like, yo, I agree to pay everybody back, blah, 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 right? But I think the meat of the story for you as a trichologist is find a tree to climb up in, so that you can be seen and you can see everything else, which means what? If you are preventative in trichology, it is your tree. See, y'all want to be my friend. Y'all want to be my friend. It is your tree. If you're preventative, you see what's coming. If you're preventative, then you're able to see that, okay, I know that this new trend is coming out. I know that a lot of people are getting these kind of braids and this is how they attach it. And I know that if they attach it like this long enough, if they do it long enough, hair is going to come out. So how do I become preventative in advance? Hey, I know everybody's getting lace fronts. If you're getting a lace front, before you go for your next installation, I need you to come and see me so that I can detox your scalp, stimulate your scalp, give you the right treatment so that your scalp will be prepared and your skin will not break down from the adhesive that's going to be used when you go for your next install. Y'all feel me? So prevention is going to be your tree. Come on, trees. Prevention is going to be your tree. I need you to be preventative. It makes no sense for you to be a trichologist and you running around here looking for just the worst of the worst. I only want people I can help. I only want people I can help. And so if I can help you before you get worse of the worst, then if ever there is a turn, you already know that I'm here because I was already up in the tree. You saw me. So how do they see you? Your tree is also your posting. It is your consistency. It is you going live. It is you marketing. It is you open your mouth and saying something. It is more than your lab coat and your certificate. Letting people know that, listen, you don't have to wait until you have no hair or you're losing hair to see a trichologist. I am a preventative care trichologist. I am somebody that's going to be able to get your BCA, give you a body analysis, look at your blood type, tell you what to eat and what not to eat. Hope I helped you. Okay. Have a great day today. Happy hair growing.